everybody. My name's Craig.
I'm Brian.
I'm Burke.
And I'm Michelle.
And this is Get Dunked On, the podcast.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. I was waiting. I was wanting someone to call me on it because I was like, I don't know about you. Just wanted to jump in. I can't sing like Taylor Swift at all. Not like I can sing like any of the people I rep. And
I didn't realize those were Taylor Swift lyrics.
Oh yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. It's a
I
exactly.
I knew it was a Taylor Swift song. Like I understood the reference, but past that line, if you had asked me to say, if you would have said, Craig, I will give you $15 million to go past anything that's I'm feeling 22, I would have been out $15 million.
There's something about feeling all right in there. I know that much.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this song. Nope.
Well, it's one of Taylor Swift's hits. Among the we're never ever getting back together, even though she is in fact getting back together with Jake Gyllenhaal. Did everyone hear about that? Oh my God, OMG.
Oh Lord.
She said she wouldn't,
Brian,
but she's going to.
Brian's our local teenage girl.
What the hell is going on? Our podcast just took a shit.
We should go somewhere happier.
I'm sorry for the drop in quality, everybody.
We should go somewhere happier outside of Taylor Swift's love life. Michelle, I heard some things happened with you recently.
Oh, are you talking about when I cussed out everybody that worked at a Walmart?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
What? This sounds like the best story ever.
Okay. So here's my story. On March 2nd, the day before the Switch launched, I had to work until like 11:30-ish. And I actually had to go to Walmart for something completely unrelated. But when I got there, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, maybe they're selling the special editions at midnight because they're a 24-hour store. Because the GameStops around here I had called and they were only fulfilling pre-orders. So I went to the electronics department of the Walmart and I was like, are you guys selling the Legend of Zelda, the special edition tonight, when it comes out? And they said yes. So I looked at the line where there's like 22, 23 people. And I was like, all right, how many copies do you have? Like figuring, if they have like 5, I'm not even going to bother because there's already a line. And they said they couldn't tell me, which was relatively understandable. So I was like, I'll take my chances. So I wait in the line for hour and a half, 2 hours, because for some reason, midnight was only a few minutes away at this point, but it was taking forever to ring everybody out. And I was like third or fourth away from the beginning of the line, and they announced that they're out of Switches. I was like, I don't care because I'm not picking up the system. So I wait a minute till the Switch people disperse, and I go up and I said, do you have any more copies of the game? The guy turns around, points to the stack of them that they have at their counter completely unsecured, and goes, oh, the game comes out March 6th. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It comes out with the system.
What?
Yeah, right? So I'm like, all right. And I kind of wait a minute.
Wow.
And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah. So I walk away, I'm looking it up. Their website says the 3rd. I'm getting confused and angry as we're picking up the items that we actually came to Walmart for. And 25 minutes later, as we were getting to the front, I'm just super pissed off at this point. And John sees a manager and calls him over. So the manager comes over and I just go off. And it turns out that they were talking about a bundle, which I don't think a bundle exists already. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it does not.
The
Not that I
manager
know
was
of.
trying to tell me that the employees thought I meant the Switch with special edition bundle, which isn't a thing. And the game actually had come out, but in the time since I had walked away, they actually finished selling them.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What the
So
fuck?
I got super pissed off. I really think that the employees probably bought them themselves. That's what I'm honestly thinking must have happened. So I freak out at the manager who's like, I'm really sorry, and gives me $20. And I'm like,
wait, what?
Right. So he said he was going to give
that.
He said he was going to give a gift card because I was so pissed off. And then he came back and he was like, well, we don't give away gift cards anymore, and hands me a $20 bill. And I was like, I don't want your money. Like, your employees are fucking liars. Like, I don't want your $20.
Wow.
But
She said as she stuffed it into her wallet.
I mean, I did take it, but that's not what I wanted.
Yes.
I was just like, I was super pissed off at the employees. So then, like, I'm calling corporate and they have like a 24-hour number. And when I get to the spot that's like, you know, we're going to connect you to a human, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, everyone's too busy. And then they would just disconnect. And I'm like, motherfuckers, like, I'm cussing out corporate. I'm cussing out the manager in the store.
Oh my God.
I read a nasty review on the survey. I mean, I just went off and I was just so pissed. Thank God. At that point, I was like, I'm not going to be able to get the game. Because I did know how many my store was going to have, and it wasn't a lot, and I didn't think my chances were great unless I was going to be able to line up at 5 a.m., and I really couldn't because I had just worked till midnight. So, but thankfully, the next morning when I woke up, I checked and they said we still had some in stock, so I went up there and I was able to snag it. And I did use the $20 from Walmart to help purchase it at Target.
See, now that's awesome.
That is great.
Was it the special edition or just the
The
standard?
special edition.
What is
Oh,
the
that's
difference
nice then.
between the
That's really
special edition
nice.
and standard, by the way? I'm sorry. I have no idea.
The standard is just the game. I don't know if anything else comes with it. But it's just the game, I believe.
It comes with hours of fun.
The special edition ended up with a coin, like this little coin that they gave out, I think at E3. But it's basically this little gold coin that kind of has the logos on it, you know. It came with the
And it's like a legit
soundtrack.
coin too. Like, it's not like a cardboard
it's
piece
heavy.
of shit. Like,
Yeah, it's right here. It's like it's metal. I don't know how else to put it. Bert can see it, but it's like a legit coin, like it's a metal coin. The soundtrack.
That's soundtracks are good.
A map, like an actually really nice map. It's not a big map, but like the paper they used or whatever the material that it's on is like a really nice map. And then the other side is kind of like it's something from the game. I don't know how else to put it. It's just something that's in the game.
It's like a
at some
clothy
point.
material.
Yeah.
And it's like it looks weather worn, like it, you know, somebody was actually using it.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
awesome.
Oh,
cool.
that's pretty tight.
And then my favorite thing was the last part that came with it, because when I went and got my Switch, I pre-ordered from GameStop, so I got the Switch and I got the special edition of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I get there and I'm like, I'm gonna want a carrying case because I'm just thinking something's gonna happen to this. I want something for this to go in and not scratch. It's not like a 3DS in my head where the 3DS I can close and the screen's not going to get scratched. And if the outside gets scratched, I'm not too worried about that. Like, I don't care if the outside, but this is like the screen could get scratched if I just, throw this in my pocket and start walking around with it. So I was like, I'm going to get a case too. So I talked to the person at midnight and I asked them about their like normal Nintendo verified, whatever, like official case, because it comes with a screen protector and it comes with like an actual hard shell. Not like an actual plastic, but like a harder shell, not like a cloth shell. And so I was like, I'll get that. That'll be nice and rigid. That way nothing gets damaged. And they don't have it. I end up buying this other Breath of the Wild one. It's got like the Archer Link that we've seen in promotional ads for the last like 2 years, him on it. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I get home and I open up the special edition, and the special edition box, which is hilarious. Michelle, tell me if you felt the same way on
It's
this one.
twice the size of this system, which cracked me up.
Yeah, the special edition box is twice the size of the system. It's literally, the box is probably bigger than an Xbox One. Like, it's huge.
Wow.
And then
That's amazing.
And let's just say you pull everything else out and you pull out the box that holds the game. It's like, I don't know, it feels like 1/4 of a DVD case. It's not really.
I think it's like half a DVD case.
I would say half. It would be the one. But you're like, do you remember like the PSP cases or anything like that? Like they're super skinny and super small. Or not super small, but they're smaller, so it's about half the size. And I was like, wow, that's sheesh. This is a massive box for this thing. And then you open that up, and there's nothing inside besides the Breath of the Wild cartridge. And the thing's like as small as an SD card. And so you're like, this massive box is holding basically what I'm really wanting out of this, like a little SD card, and that's it. But the other thing that comes with it is a Switch carrying case in the
in the special
and
in
it's
the
a
special
nice
edition.
case too, because it'll
it's a
hold the
really
Switch,
nice
the
case.
controllers, games, earbuds. Like
Yeah.
it'll hold a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
and
guessing
that's
the
why-
special edition thing is only going to be around for like right now at the very beginning of when the launch is, and then
I'm
they're
pretty sure at
never
this
coming
point,
around
if
again.
you didn't pre-order it or get it at launch, I don't know that you can, because I don't know if they're being
Okay,
restocked.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, but I was mad because the GameStop guy, when I got there, I was telling him like all the stuff I wanted, and I was like, I think I'm gonna get a case too. And he's like, okay, cool, we'll get this one. And he sits there and sells me. And I get home and I've got a case in a box. I never opened it, thank God. I never opened it, didn't do anything with it. When I opened the special edition, I pulled that out. I was like, motherfucker,
Son of a bitch.
I got 2 cases.
He's
now.
like-
I went back
he's
that
like,
next day. I was like, how dare you?
upsell.
I slapped it down and I got my $15 back out of that thing.
Aw.
So, but no, Walmart tried to screw me over too, guys. They did something
I noticed you said
extremely.
tried.
Yeah, they tried, and technically they did in terms of like if screwing over is considered. I was told this would happen and it didn't happen. I pre-ordered some of the amiibos for the Breath of the Wild amiibos from Walmart because they said they would ship and arrive on the 3rd of March. Can you guess what didn't arrive on the 3rd of March?
I think they shipped on the 3rd.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But like, you know, I've seen other places they said ships on the 3rd. On the website, it says arrives on Friday, March 3rd. And so I'm
Bastards.
assuming that what they meant was, oh, it'll arrive in stock for us on the 3rd, then we'll ship it out. I was like, you lying sons of bitches. Everywhere else puts ships. That's why I didn't do it from other places. I wish I would have went. I went through and I did 3 of them from Walmart because they shipped then, and then I ended up doing 2 of them for in-store pickup at a Best Buy near here. And I wish I would have just done all 5 of them, but I had already ordered those. And I was like, oh, whatever. I can wait, maybe 4 hours for them to get shipped to my door. Like, I don't need to go pick them up right at 10 right there. It's not a big deal. Now I wish I would have. Yeah, so they tried to screw me over on that one too. See, like, we're on the same wavelength. Mine was such a screw job that it took them 5 extra days to ship something to me. I'm very upset, as you can tell.
Wasn't that last week's topic?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just checking.
But
It seems like you guys have been having fun with the game, though.
I've literally not stopped playing it since it came out. Since I had it, I mean, I worked really hard last week to make sure I had everything done plus more. And then Friday, I woke up and was just like, well, cracked my neck. I was like, it's time to play. And I sat there all Friday. I went out with my wife Saturday to go see Logan, and we had dinner. And then that was Friday night, and then Saturday morning, woke back up, just played all day. Me, Burke, and your brother Mike, Brian, we were on a Skype call for 14 hours that day, and I was playing the entire time.
Yep.
Wait, Mike was in that too?
Mike's been here for every step of the way. He's been
Yes.
watching and playing, and we've been having fun with it.
Yep.
When you say playing,
Oh, well, I'm the only one obviously like controlling anything. But I
Mike
consider
and I
all
were
of
like,
us,
"Hey, what's that? Squirrel."
yeah, I consider all of us playing because of the
Yeah.
input they give me, and we're all trying different things. It's been a ton of fun. I mean, that's literally all I have done pretty much outside of this week. I, tried to work and whatnot, but other than that,
Mike hasn't been into a Zelda
since Ocarina
since
of
the
Time,
64. Yeah.
according to him, since Ocarina of Time. But
I've
yeah,
never
Yeah, that's
played a
what I'm saying,
Zelda
since the
game.
64. That's literally the last time he was into a Zelda
yep,
game.
and we've been the
Yeah,
whole time. He's been there with me.
I mean, I say that. I think I played Twilight Princess and maybe got out of the first zone, and I was like, nope, not doing this. So, but this has been phenomenal to watch.
It's that good?
Well, it's so different.
Yeah, it's been so different. It's been my obsession for
That's
the
probably
past
why
week.
I actually like it.
Huh. I mean, I guess I mean, I can't. I'm not judging because my own personal obsession is also video game related. With most of them are, but Overwatch has been my obsession. So I'm not going to judge you on it. I know what it feels like to be under the cold, icy grip of a video game company.
Yeah, it's called Ark.
Oh gosh,
Ooh.
don't bring up Ark again.
I keep getting drawn back to it every once in a while, and I'm not kidding. Weekends and weeknights are just gone.
You do tend to whenever I see like, oh, Burke's online playing Ark, it's like literally just dead silence. Like just
Yeah.
I'm like, hey Burke, how's it going?
Yeah,
Just
that'll
tumbleweed
happen.
rolls by.
So your obsession lately, Brian, has been Overwatch?
Yeah. Okay, so speaking as somebody who has, I hesitate to say this because it's one of those things where when you're not like 100% fully diagnosed, kind of thing, it's tough to say something like this without upsetting people, but like I'm pretty sure if I were to go to a doctor, they would guarantee that I have at least some form of OCD. Like, even if it is at a minimal level, right?
Mhm.
And so when it comes,
I could see that.
yeah, it's like I've had actual providers who I've worked with say that to me that they're like, if you were my patient, that's what I would diagnose you with. But my point is that I tend to go over the deep end on a lot of things where I'll get obsessed with things, and when I do, it's legit obsession. So people go, "Oh man, I'm obsessed with Cheetos," but like, no, you don't understand what real obsession is, right? Obsession is when you have literally shut, like, or just engulfed your mind in one single solitary thing. Like, it's literally just like every waking minute, at some point, your brain is going back to that thing. So you could be doing something. You like, say, I'm filling my gas tank. I'm filling my gas tank, but my brain is on Overwatch. I'm at work, my brain is on Overwatch. I'm here, my brain is on Overwatch. I'm listening to an Overwatch podcast. I'm feeding into the machine, kind of thing. So, like, for example, this week alone, I listened to no less than 8 Overwatch podcasts that have ranged in time from 45 minutes to an hour and a half apiece.
Holy shit.
I've played...
That's a lot to say.
I don't think Brian likes this game.
Well, no, but that's just it, is that, like, it change. My obsession will change, but, like, after a certain amount of time or certain events occur. Like, Pokemon was my obsession for about a good 2-3 years, where it was like, that was it. Every YouTube, I had a purge, probably not quite, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that, where I literally like cut the cord on 7 different YouTube channels I followed that all had Pokemon content. So I was absorbing at a minimum 2 to 3 hours of Pokemon content a day through different podcasts and YouTube channels.
Holy fuck!
Like I legit know what obsession is, right? So the point is that for me, Overwatch is taking that slot that Pokemon like had left, so to speak. So I love the game. I can speak passionately about it because I do love it. And yes, I recognize that is not something that I'm saying, yeah, I'm so good at Overwatch. It's legitimately, I know that's a problem. But at the same time, I still like it and I'm still doing my job and I'm still living my life. So I'm not willing to quit. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where, like, I love the game so damn much. It's never the same. Even if I play the same map 3 times in a row, it is a completely different experience. It's a different, like, mindset. The people are different. The games, like, even if I pick the same character each time, I play them differently. I'm constantly like running through in my head, like, what can I do to make it better? How can I change it? What's the team difference? How can I build on what I already know and take it to that next level? Oh no, wait, I screwed up here. Oh man, I lost 100 competitive points today. Fuck, I'm going to think about this for the next 3 days until I get my competitive points back. Like, it's just constant. That's what obsession is. And I know that's our main topic for the day. And I just wanted to make sure that we clarify, obsession is not something you like. It's something you live. So with that being said, what are you obsessed with?
My wife.
Oh, good answer. Good answer.
Thank you. That's about all I got. Compared to your obsession levels, I ain't. I think if I paid my wife that much attention, she'd, I don't know, run away.
People are different.
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot of people that would be very uncomfortable in that relationship.
Yeah, I would be like, you need to leave.
Go have some alone time.
You're like,
I can't.
I will.
I can't.
No. What you would do at that point is, all right, so let's think about it from an obsessed standpoint. Okay, you leave to look at pictures of her and listen, watch video of listening to her voice. you're like, oh, I'm not creepy whatsoever.
So you write poems and short stories involving her.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
You would just be completely there. It's safe to say that while I'm still somewhat in a I'm not going to say a deep end, it's kind of really let up this past couple months since maybe not a couple months. I'd say since maybe August of last year, it feels like. But for the past, 4 or 5 years or something like that, I have been completely engrossed and obsessed with baseball, I feel like.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Where that was pretty much all I ever really did. Think about, talk about, and I'm still pretty much fully into it this past off season because of the ineptitude of the Detroit Tigers to do something very meaningful kind of hurt the overall enthusiasm. So this past, so I don't know if it's one of those things there where I guess to a point you could probably yell at me and say I'm a bandwagoner. I still keep up with everything, and I still listen to as many podcasts as I can. I've got 3 podcasts that are purely about the Detroit Tigers. I've got 2 or 3 more that are about the sabermetric side of baseball. And then I've got a couple other ones that are just, general baseball podcasts. So, I mean, I listen probably on kind of what you were saying earlier, Brian, where it's probably about, I'd say easily every day is about, I'd say 2 to 3 hours worth of baseball information that I'm trying to absorb and figure things out and stuff like that. It's a lot more passive now. I can tell it's just a lot more passive where it's not like this hungrily like grabbing it up. It's like I've got the stream down or like the flow of everything down to where it's coming in decently, and I'm good with that. And it's not like making me go way overboard or anything like that. So
you're saying it's more manageable.
It's manageable, and I've always considered my life a series of obsessions where I just deep dive into something like full on.
What sport was it before baseball?
For sport, I mean, there was basketball for a while when the Pistons were really good. That was a fun one to jump on, where it was just all Pistons all the time.
Yep, pretty much. Because during that time, I lived with you, and there was no such thing as Tigers.
No,
I mean,
well,
they were there,
really bad. Yeah, that's when they were losing there. Like 113 games in a season,
it's
like
true.
Out of 162. Hey, it was hard to watch,
like
even Astros. even for the people that it really enjoyed all the way up to obsessed. I'm sure it was tough to watch because it was just bad watching. They were so bad, you just felt embarrassed watching it the whole time. But yeah. Those would probably be my 2 latest, and then even inside of that, there's things where you get kind of
inside baseball.
Yeah, inside baseball. Even inside of like those big obsessions, you get like, I feel I get micro tracked into things where that's all I do for a while is like watch baseball, and then for about a year and a half, Burke and I every single night was like, hey, we're going to do Halo speed runs. And I was studying up every single day, watching everybody do runs. I'm watching streams of people doing runs, going to forums, reading about everything I can to figure out how to do all the glitches and all this, the tactics and the routes and all this stuff,
Oh, that's legit.
And while I was there with him during that year and a half, like I'm there, I am not that obsessed. And Craig knows that
because he was like, Burke along with me. Someone's coming with me on this one.
But it's not like he drugged me, because I had fun, right? It was fun, but it was. I'm not watching 3-hour long speed runs 24/7. Like if there's an event, yes, I'll watch something, like GDQ or something. But like the studying and stuff, I'm like, nope, Craig will just fucking watch it and he'll tell me what to do.
Like I get that too, because like the studying thing, like, do you just want to be involved in it when you're not, like when you're not involved in it? Meaning like, going back to the podcast or going back to reading up or watching videos kind of thing. Like when I'm not able to play the game, you want to learn more about the game. And same thing with your speed runs or whatever. When you're not able to watch Tiger baseball, you need to have something that fuels your knowledge of Tigers baseball. So that's legit.
Like when that doesn't happen to me often. And yes, like Ark is probably a place that I would just go deep into, and I'm not necessarily thinking about it all the time. It's just kind of like an escape. I don't know, like an escape from real life obsession kind of a thing. But I do get sucked into it. But when a game or anything like a movie or something, you just keep thinking about it, like that will happen to me for maybe a week or 2-week period. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like nothing really ever sticks for as long as it does for y'all too.
Well, I mean, and I'm an extreme case, like by and far. No. I mean, I am, and I openly admit that I know that I'm like. That's why with the Pokemon thing, and Craig was with me during a lot of my Pokemon, stuff there, where everything would relate back to Pokemon in some way, shape, or form. And so it's hard to get on that sticking point. And what the kicker is that when you're obsessed with something to that level, you have to consciously, make the distinction of like, is this interesting to me or is this interesting to everyone that when you're speaking about it? And then you go, oh, wait, it's only me. I probably shouldn't be talking about this as often with this particular person. So you kind of get this idea in your head. And it wasn't
Where was
until
that restraint when we were living together?
well, no, that's the point. I was trying. That's the hard part. And so, like, the kicker is that like it wasn't until Sun and Moon literally broke me of it, and it wasn't until like Overwatch came along that it replaced it, and more importantly, Sun and Moon kind of solidified that break. Where I still love Pokemon, and I know a ton of it, but I was able to kind of let that go because it's like being. Okay, imagine going to a dance. Well, no. Imagine going to a dance, right? And like imagine like a high school gymnasium, and it's a bunch of people in there dancing, and everyone's in there, everyone's dancing, everyone's having a good time. But then slowly, everyone starts to leave the room, and you're like, "All right, I'm still dancing. There's still some people here." Suddenly, you're the last man standing in the room dancing, and you're like, "Oh shit, this party's over," and I'm just dancing in a room by myself. I think I should go and find a new dance. That's basically what it was. So
you can dance if you want to.
Yeah. That's basically what Sun and Moon did to me. It showed me that I was the last man in the room dancing. So, but Michelle, what about you? What are you obsessed with?
So I don't know if I have like one thing because I kind of go through phases of things. So one thing I tend to do is like if I find a food that like I'm just really enjoying, I'll eat it every day for like 3 weeks until I get sick of it or something.
Oh.
Like the first time I had like a peanut butter and honey sandwich, I was like, damn, this is delicious. And I was eating it constantly. And then eventually I was just like, man, I'm kind of really tired of this. So then I won't, have one for 2 years, but then I'll be like, I'm going to do it again. And then so like I just go through phases like that. I'm pretty obsessed with time. I probably could get diagnosed with a compulsion for it. Like I legitimately start panicking if I can't tell what time it is and I have no idea why.
So like, I mean, you're saying if there was no watch or timepiece or phone or clock around you, that's when you would.
Yep.
Like just knowing
don't take Michelle to Vegas.
That is my personal hell.
I'm going to teach you how to read the sun.
I mean, I can, but then when it's cloudy, I'm kind of like, fuck.
Just like Crocodile Dundee.
But yeah, I mean, I'll kind of be the same way where like there's games I get into and I'll play them for hours a day for weeks at a time, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm over this. Even if I haven't even finished it, I'll just be like, okay, like I've invested so much time in this, I'm kind of done with it. So I tend to break off and move on to the next one, which is the reason I never finish games.
So it sounds like Michelle and Burke are kind of the more level-headed, where they might get into something, they really like it and they enjoy it and they indulge for a bit, but then they kind of reel back because they either they get a little burnt out on it or whatever it might be. And then it sounds like Brian and I get into this mode where it's like the next 4 years, this is my life. The next 1,200 days, this is all I'm about to do.
Yeah, because I don't really get into podcasts about things I enjoy. I don't get into YouTube videos about things I enjoy. Like I just, even for like things like Harry Potter, like I don't think I would listen to a Harry Potter podcast because A, I may be like, you're wrong, and B, like, if wrong. I disagreed with anything, I would just be like, oh, I can't listen to these people.
Well, no, that's when you feel especially good about it, is when you hear somebody say something like if I listen to an Overwatch person, like a YouTuber or maybe a podcast, and they say something like they say something dumb, like to the point where they're like, okay, here's a good option. We're gonna use Torbjorn offense. I'm like, automatically I disregard everything you say after this point. Like I'm just writing you off. They're like, and that's how you get to gold. And I'm like, I'm a diamond. You suck. I'm moving on. But I still am going to listen to what you say because I find it humorous.
Yeah, like once in a while I'll like find these things that are like, 50 things you didn't know about Harry Potter, and I'm like, all right, bring it. And then I go through the whole thing and I'm like, yep, you didn't surprise me. So then I'm like, I'm done reading this kind of stuff.
50 things that I read that I already knew, and I totally wasted my time.
Yeah. Did you know that Hermione is half Muggle?
300 questions that Brian comes up with that aren't on any wiki anywhere.
Hey, if you think that's bad, wait till you hear my quiz later today.
Oh, sheesh.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Believe me, this one was extra special, guys. I had 2 weeks to work on it, and oh boy. Buckle up.
And it was done today?
No. God dang it, Michelle.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was.
No. Yes. No, okay, so
I mean, I'm totally in the same boat. I write my quizzes 3 hours before our podcast.
no, I actually did do this a while ago. I had a whole day to anyway, whatever. We're not talking about the quiz yet. We're not there.
It's okay. I've been thinking on
But
my
I'm
quiz
obsessed
for
with
about 3
quizzes.
weeks. I have to do one every week or else.
Or else, that's right. No, okay, so give you guys another example of obsession, right? Obsession can be, I've been talking about it in terms of like it being a negative. Obsession can be an extreme positive as well. Like, so for example, I'm very obsessed with making sure that I don't like being late to anything. Like it drives me nuts.
Oh my God. If I'm not early, I'm considering myself late.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things where that. So that is a good example of something that you could be obsessed with that you could use to your advantage. Like, for example, when I have my work, my work is not as consistent as like, oh, you work 5 days a week. It's like kind of weirdly spread out sometimes. But what I'll do is that I'll know how many days I'm going to work in a row, and I will lay out my clothes like down to the socks, like everything out on my floor for however many days in a row I'm going to be working.
Wow.
So I'll have them laid out, ready to go, and so that way in the morning. I shower like the night before. I do everything. Like I shave the night before and everything. So in the morning, I'm ruthlessly efficient. I get up, I brush my teeth, do my hair, go downstairs. It's like while the coffee's brewing, eat my cereal, and I'm out the door. By the time I finish the cereal, the coffee's done. I put it in my Yeti, and I go. Like
wow.
Yeah, like it's that level, Berg. It's wildly helpful though because I'm at work. I punch in every day. It's a punch clock at nearly the exact minute every day. It's awesome.
Yes.
I do roughly the same type of thing for me when I'm getting ready in the morning in terms of how I've got my clothes laid out. See, I go through and I fold them and I put them in drawers or places, and then I'm ruthlessly efficient because I literally grab whatever's on top of each one of the individual piles, regardless of what it is, and I just run with it. Granted, I don't have to leave my house most of the time, and I work for a construction or builder. And so when I do have to go into the office, I could care less what I look like. So I'm walking in there and I've got like a really weird, like light blue shirt. And I've got this like demon looking shirt because it's a Souls of Cinder from Dark Souls t-shirt on. And I'm wearing flip flops and it's like 3 degrees outside. I'm like, well, Craig's ready for the day. And I bust in, kick the door down at work.
Yeah. So me getting up in the morning, there's nothing. It's fucked. I have to get up, roll out of bed. I don't know. Did I take a shower last night? No shit. Take a shower.
I have to shower in the morning.
Yeah,
there's no way around it. If I showered at the night before, like if I did Brian's thing,
you would still have to shower.
I would have to shower in the morning. I wake up and I go, I feel disgusting. I have to shower.
No, yeah.
It's only certain times, like, oh gosh, I don't know how to put this. When Breath of the Wild came out, I woke up and was like, downstairs. I was like, play. I went through it.
Awesome.
I realized it went for like, I got up Friday morning and showered, right? And I went through and played all of Friday. No, I didn't. I showered Thursday morning, played all Friday, and then played late into the night on Saturday as well.
Yeah, that's when Sunday, you tweeted about it.
I woke up Sunday and I was like, I haven't showered in like 2 days. What the hell just happened? And I'm usually, I wouldn't say obsession or OCD. It's just I can't stand the like waking up and not showering. And I was like, oh no, this is bad. Things are bad. I haven't showered in like over 48 hours.
Of course, you're also the guy who judges me for having orange juice after I've brushed my teeth. So
that is so disgusting.
Fucking weird.
Well, I don't understand why that's such a bad thing. It's how you taste the orange juice, people. Otherwise, you're just tasting your morning breath.
I literally can't stand the taste of anything after I brush my teeth for probably 2 to 3 hours. Like eating anything almost repulses me.
That's how you get flavor.
That's not how you get flavor. It's how you make it.
That's why I like Chipotle.
Oh my God, we figured it out. Because they get no flavor. He's like, I'm gonna brush my teeth right before I go in. He's in the bathroom at a Chipotle, like he's like, I got my Crest out. I'm gonna put it on my ergonomic toothbrush. He's like,
ergonomic toothbrush.
and he's just going through and brushing his teeth. He like spits it out there, and he's got a little bit on his lip. He like wipes it off. He's like, I'm ready for Chipotle. It'll actually taste like something now.
The only part of that is true is that I do carry floss with me. I'll give you that.
Floss. No, you have full on a bathroom suite in your car that like, you know, like the Winchesters in Supernatural, they pull up the back of their car, or they open up the trunk, and inside the trunk there's a secret compartment with all their guns, and you know,
because that was only with the Winchesters. That was never been in anything
no one else. I was just bringing up something recent for the new kids.
Oh, okay.
And they open it up. They've got all the fighting equipment. You do that, and it's just a suite of toothbrushes, Listerines, mouthwashes, floss, dental equipment. You somehow have like the little spray and sucky thing to make sure you get your mouth dry and as wet as possible. That's all in the back of your vehicle at all times.
Oh, I think I'm a little concerned.
They call you the dentist.
They call me the dentist. Oh my god!
I'm just imagining Brian walking out somewhere in slow motion with his like, you know, I always imagine Brian when he's in super serious mode. He's got his his dress pants on. He's got like a white button-up shirt on. It's got a little bit of color in it, so it's not just like a plain white button-up. And he's just walking around a corner. He's got his glasses on. He's pulling them off. He's walking in front of his little Honda, and there's like an explosion in the background. He's still walking slow, not looking at the explosions. He starts kind of flossing his teeth while he's walking.
I'm on the phone with gingivitis, doing the. I'm doing the call from Taken. But I'm doing the call from Taken. It's like I have a lot of skills I've gained over a lifetime of dealing with people like you. I will find you. I will brush you. Oh god. But okay, so there you go. Hygiene is also something that I recommend people be obsessed with. There you go. That's another example of good obsession. Do you guys have any good obsessions?
I don't know if I do. I think I'm just a terrible person in general, if I'm being honest here.
Really? None?
Do you guys have anything that you're like, oh wow, he's always good at this, and I don't realize? I don't know. Like I don't have the time thing. Like I just try and aim to be places roughly when I'm told to be there. You tell me to show up at 7:30. My aim is to hit that on the dot. You know, my aim's not to get there early. I'm like, well, then why don't you tell me to fucking show up 10 minutes early
if you
want to?
I know something that you're obsessed with.
Okay.
You're obsessed with audio quality.
Yeah, I guess to a point.
When we would make videos, and including this podcast, it's like if there's one thing that bugs you more than anything else, it was the audio. The video could be literally just like completely glitching out and
complete black screen. And he's like, oh well,
we nailed it on that take. But if the audio, you hear one little background, like a fan background going like that, Craig's like, oh, the whole thing's ruined.
It does bother me quite a bit.
So I'll give you, that was good and how it helped.
I guess maybe to a point.
That helped.
I don't know. I almost consider it a bad thing because people wouldn't recognize half the crap that I get rid of when I'm editing these things. Like whenever I'm doing a deep dive into editing these things, I'm the
person that's like, I don't hear anything that's bothering Craig at all. Like I've even used your time list, Brian, the one you sent a picture of, and I went to those times and I'm like, I don't hear this.
I'm so glad it's not. Wow, it's not just me. Like, I mean, I hear a few things, but not that much.
Yeah, I don't hear like the chair creaks or anything, and I'm just like, yep, this sounds pretty good to me. And Brian and Craig have 3 pages of notes, like this is fucked up, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, my when I'm going through, and if I were to do deep dives of all the stuff that I hear that bothers me. I mean, for like, let's say we do an hour's worth of podcast. If you want me to go through and get it to be where it's like nearly perfect, or at least like what I would consider, okay, this is done and I'm all right putting this out to the world. And let's just say, I didn't have a day job and that's all I did was do this podcast. Like I guarantee you 1 hour's worth of podcast would take me probably 3 or 4 hours to edit.
Yeah.
Just constantly getting them like, okay, the mix is wrong here. Burke's a little bit lower. We can't hear him. I need to shorten this up. I need to trail this off. The fade needs to be better because otherwise you can tell that, it's a little out of sync. It's about like maybe a 1/10 of a millisecond out of sync. And that stuff bothers the crap out of me when things are like that. And I have to sit there and meticulously edit it and pull things, push things, and move stuff all around.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like it might not bother the general public, but I know it bothers him. But I think it's a very good thing to be obsessed with because obviously it does clean it up and makes it a little bit nicer for everybody. Even if you don't even realize it, it's like that Futurama quote. It's like, if you do everything right, no one's sure you've done anything at all. You remember that one when Bender meets God?
No.
No, I don't remember that. But
I've watched all of Futurama like 3 times through. I don't remember that.
I actually had one of my employees tell a CFO that the other day. And I was like, please tell me he just walked away and smiled. He goes, yeah, he did.
Wait, he said the quote?
No, not exactly like that. But like the CFO walked into his office and goes, he didn't know what this guy did who was in IT, right? He goes, so I've seen you sitting here for a couple months. What exactly do you do? And he goes, if you don't know, that's a great thing. That means nothing's going wrong. And I was like, oh no. And like, I heard about it the next day. I was like, who'd you talk to? And he said the name. I'm like, that's the, all right, I'll be right back. Go talk to the CFO. He goes, no, I agree. It is a good thing.
No, that like he nailed it. Like that's the kind of thing. Like I would have given him, if I was a CFO, I would have given him a slow clap and a raise. Like I would have been like, you are the right kind of guy to be working at this job.
No, it's great. I mean, like it's so perfect. If you don't know the server guy because you don't ever need him, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Man, you and I would have had different reactions on that one, Brian. You're like slow clapping a raise. I'd been going, all right, I want your letter of resignation in the morning. You clearly don't actually do anything here.
No. If he worked in IT, and says that, I would definitely give him the slow clap.
That's why he added that last line. You know, nothing's on fire.
Yeah. But and which that actually brings up an interesting point, talking about the Futurama thing. So television shows and movies, people can get obsessed with those, watching them over and over and over again, you know?
Yeah.
And to the point where you not only learn them, but you learn the background on them and all that stuff. Has anybody here ever been obsessed with a franchise or a movie or something like that to the point where they can legitimately say, yeah, I had a problem with this one?
I watched Bring It On so many times that at one point I could go through the whole movie script by heart.
Nice. Bring It On? Or is it Bring It On All or Nothing?
Yes, to both.
Isn't that the name of the
reason that movie just like really entertained me?
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I remember wearing out the VHS tape to Dude, Where's My Car?
Really?
I swear I watched it. I watched it so many. I watched it so many times.
Not the one I thought you were going to bring up.
No. My favorite movie of all time, the one that I've seen more than any other movie, is obviously Ghostbusters. Everybody knows that. But no, I thought it'd be fun to tell you the story of that. Yeah, I did in fact wear out the VHS tape of Dude, Where's My Car? To the point where at certain points it would kind of go, to like struggle through it because it had been worn out.
I remember, Craig, when we were in college, you were obsessed with that black and white show, the blonde comedian. Oh fuck, what's his name? Like the intro was in black and white when he was like walking out. Titus. You watched that religiously nonstop the whole time we lived together.
Yeah, and that's not even one of the ones that made my top 10.
I know, but I just remember having to watch it over and over.
It was a fucking great show.
Titus was pretty awesome.
It was
a really funny show.
Yeah, I liked it.
Or at least at the time. Was there anything that you can think of, Burke?
I mean, probably the closest same for me would probably be like Lord of the Rings, just because I like it so much and can quote it a lot.
And you've done your research with the books, and you've done your watch the movies, and you know more about like the Silmarillion than most people do.
Yeah, I still need to fully read that, but yes.
Yeah, most people are like, I like Frodo.
Yeah.
I would say for me, one, I don't think there's obsession with the Harry Potter movies for me. I enjoyed them and they were fun to watch, but I've probably watched each one of them maybe a total of like two or three times for the first 5 or 6. And then literally both parts of 7, I think part 2 of 7 I literally watched in theater, and that was the only time I watched it. And then the other one I watched right before I went back to see part 2 for book 7. So I can't say that because I didn't know if anybody was going to bring that one up on me, but like the movies were fun, but they're not, I don't know, I didn't have as much fun with those as I did the actual series. The thing that sticks out in my mind that I had a ridiculous obsession with was the movie The Matrix, or the whole series.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Those are the ones that it was from basically 8th grade all the way through. I mean, I remember my baseball coach even made like a comment or kind of laughed at me, or I don't know how to put it. It's a story he even tells to this day, where I was on third base and he was our third base coach. So he's sitting there trying to help me out, like go, don't go, blah, 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 other baseball stuff. And they went out and they had a meeting at the mound with the pitcher. The other team did. So they're talking to the pitcher and whatnot. And so it was like a big moment in a game. Like it was I don't remember if it was a playoff game or something along those lines. And he was trying to calm me down because I was the winning run, or I was the tying run. I don't know. I was the tying run. And so he was trying to like calm me down and make sure I wasn't nervous at all. And he goes, "So Craig, I heard you like the movie The Matrix." And I guess I just turned and started rattling off all this information. And he turned, and like I remember him telling that story after I'd been out of high school for like 4 or 5 years or something like that, saying like, yeah, so clearly he wasn't rattled at being on base, in this moment right there. Like that was why he was telling it. He was just completely like, yeah, dude, let's talk about The Matrix right now. And he was like, I had to be like, Craig, shut up. All right, they're getting back on base. You need to turn around and start paying attention. Or they're getting back to pitch. You need to start paying attention again.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
I thought you were going to say, well, it's like my baseball coach still tells the story. I was on the base when all the other teammates turned into Agent Smith, and it was the Burley Brawl. And Craig was in there oh God!
I like how we still know the term. It's the Burley Brawl for that fight.
That's what it was called, man. It was a big deal at the time.
It was
absolutely.
That was amazing.
And that's the kind of helpful random information that you're going to need today when we take my quiz. Speaking of which, who's ready to take a quiz?
Me.
I'm ready. So the quiz today is all about obsession, but I am going to tell you right now, theming has gone out the window, folks. This is, if this was Jeopardy, this is the potpourri category, but like on steroids. So get ready. Here we go. It is technically a theme of obsession, but get ready. Here we go.
Order.
Oh, good point. The order today. Yeah. What is I don't know what it was last time.
It was Craig, Brian. So Craig's going first. I went second last week. And where did Michelle go? No, Michelle
last week. So
Michelle is first. She hasn't been first in the longest time.
Okay.
So it's Michelle, Craig, Burke.
Michelle, Craig, Burke. But I'll tell you right now, if we do need the bonus question at the end, then Michelle will go last on that question.
Fair enough.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Question number 1. The hit song Obsession is performed by what band? It's from the 80s, for the record. It was a hit song called Obsession.
Shoot. I'm just going to go with Survivor.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 80s band. So let's go with the 1920s version of the Chicago marching band.
Let's go with, I'm going to try to name an 80s band, and let's go with Heart.
All right.
That's what that quiz was to me.
Okay. The answer is Animotion.
I was so close. It was on the tip of my tongue.
That was my second one on my list.
Yeah. I gotta be honest. I wasn't sure if anyone was gonna get that one, but they pretty much, that was like their one and only big hit.
I was gonna say one hit wonder much.
Well, yeah, they technically had a couple of that, like had blips on the radar, but they never hit it as big other than Obsession. So, all right, question number 2. Beanie Babies were the world's obsession in the 1990s. But today, what is the rarest one of the toys? So which one of them is currently the rarest one today? What Beanie Baby is the rarest today?
Do you want the shithead's name?
I want you to either give me the shithead's name, to give me their description of it, meaning like what animal it was. Would be, I can give you part of a point for that. And if you're really specific and know like if it has a theme behind it, that would help as well.
If you got the color right, I'd give you points.
I'm gonna go with a color it yourself bear out of a McDonald's Happy Meal.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Wolf Link.
God dang it! At least take a shot.
I was gonna go with just the tie-dye bear.
It a wolf then. Just consider it a wolf then. I don't know.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Saying Burke went with a bear.
The tie-dye bear or something like that.
The tie-dye bear. Okay. So I'm gonna give the point to Burke because he was the closest. Because the tie-dye bear was on the list of the rarest ones. But the answer was the princess.
My Beanie Babies.
Yeah, it was the princess bear. I was meant to honor
the
Princess
Princess
Diana.
Diana.
Yep.
Yes.
Purple bear with a white rose
That's
on its
right.
chest.
I knew it was
Hey.
one of the bears.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you say that and I go, oh my God, I remember that being like,
Right?
oh my God.
I actually have one of the rarest bears, the Valentino bear. I realized that. I was like, oh
Is
shit.
it a Bobby Valentino bear?
It's a white bear with a red heart. And
I have that one too.
there you go. All right, question number 3. People are obsessed with cars. Not everyone, but a lot of people. Classics and those built for speed are always appealing. My question is, what is the fastest car you can legally sport a license plate for? So what is the fastest car that you can use a license plate for?
I'm assuming this is in the US.
This is any car that has a license plate.
No, but I mean the legality is in the US.
Sure.
Not making this.
No, I think it's international, to be honest.
I don't fucking know.
Okay. I told you it's a hard quiz. It's a lot of random.
But I can't name anything. I'm gonna go with Lamborghini blank.
Okay. That Lamborghini is a solid guess. I'll take that for sure.
I'm going to go with there's a car that's like duct taped to the side of one of the NASA shuttles and they stuck like an Alaska plate on it.
Well, this is the legal plate and a legal
Hennessy
car.
Venom.
So, okay. And what are you going with?
The Hennessy Venom.
The Hennessy Venom. Unfortunately, I can't really give any points. I was looking for a Bugatti. It's a Bugatti. It's the Bugatti
wrong.
Veyron Super Sport. That's the fastest
Nope.
one.
No, it's not.
Oh,
I will go to bat with this. That car beat out the one of the Ferraris, the Enzo Ferrari. Only like 15 years after that car got it. The Bugatti got it. Then Hennessy from Texas, represent, took a Lotus Elise, stripped it down, and it is road legal. And it is 4 miles an hour faster than the Bugatti Veyron.
Because no one else in this one even knew the name of a car, I'm going to give Burke a point. Just because, even though I can't verify that right now without googling it, just because he was so fucking passionate, I'm like, I believe him. So you're getting a
I
point.
should have said they strapped a Volkswagen Beetle on the NASA ship then.
You got to sell it better, man. Okay. All right. This is one of the rare number questions on the quiz. Here we go. People are obsessed with trashy drama. Maybe that's why the Kardashians are just not going away. As of this recording, how many seasons are there of Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
I was thinking you were going to ask how many Kardashians are there, and I was going to be like, damn it. But this doesn't help either, but that was going to be a funny one. Like, how many Kardashians are there? I don't know. Unlimited? I feel like
Too many.
I'm gonna go with 15.
15 from Michelle.
I'm going to go with 11.
11 from Craig.
I'm going to go with 4.
Craig is the closest with 12 seasons. There are 12 seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, if you can believe it. How ridiculous is that?
I was hoping Burke was right, but
Yeah, no.
I feel like this has been going on
If
for.
they're like 3-year seasons, maybe.
I don't know. It's not like they actually have a film production schedule. It's like, what are you doing today? Oh, there's going to be cameras following me. That's fine. Like,
No, that show is very highly produced, I'm sure.
I seriously have no clue. Like, I was like, sure. I probably remember the first time I heard it 4 years ago, maybe.
All right, number 5. This is also a unique one. So, pizza, a topic that polarizes everyone. People are obsessed with telling you that they know where the best pizza in the world is and whatever the best toppings are. So my question is, what is the best pizza? So sell me. What is the best pizza?
I can't even do this because I don't even love pizza, but I'm just gonna say not Hawaiian.
you're out of the podcast. Not for the Hawaiian portion, for saying you don't love pizza. You're out of the fucking podcast. Get out of here.
Michelle, you're gone. Goodbye. Thanks for playing.
Oh, all right. So I'm not going to get this point. I'm just going to let you guys know right off the bat.
Sell me.
I'm aware of this one. So this is the best pizza in my opinion here. So one of the things I really love about pizza is one, you've got there's the three main elements, right? You've got like normal pizza, you've got the crust or the bread or the everything that's encased right there. You've got a cheese, and then you've got toppings. I consider those the three main things. So the thing that I'm looking for when I'm getting any of this stuff is I want to make sure that it's cheesy as all hell. That's just, it's got to happen. There's got to be cheese on this thing. So you got your standard cheese, right? Well, you should automatically look at it and be like, oops, and push the whole barrel of cheese onto this thing and at least get the double cheese. Because most places put way too much sauce on. I'd rather not have as much sauce as they do. So you immediately got to double that cheese up. And you know what? While you're there, dip some of it onto the crust as well. That way you got a little bit of Parmesan, a Parmesan garlic around the whole edge. Now, if you're wanting to go a classic pizza, you end up doing the pepperoni, but you got too much cheese on there comparatively, because it's a really good cheese to pepperoni ratio on almost every pizza. But that sauce messes it up, and then there's too much sauce. So you got to double the cheese. That means you got to end up doubling the pepperoni, so you get that good ratio going. So that's your great baseline right there. Now, if you want to start having some fun, you want to throw on some meat lovers, you want to throw in a little bit of sausage, you want to throw on some bacon, things like that. You know what? That doesn't bother me. If you want to go the veggie route, I'm all right with the veggie route. You're starting to throw on some grilled peppers, all those types of things. But the number one thing you cannot do is have pineapple anywhere near your pizza. I can accept ham, but you cannot have pineapple near your pizza. I know I just lost my point. No, let Bert talk.
I'll agree with that one too. I've just got to put can't have pineapple. That's rule number one. No pineapple.
That's all. Okay.
But so I've had some really good pizza. Best pizza I've ever had was probably in Alaska. But
what?
I'm not kidding. Like, amazing.
Sell me on this pizza from Alaska, Bert.
So I'm not going to talk about that pizza.
The pizza I want you to sell me on.
I'm not going to sell you, because I'm going to sell you on the pizza I had 2 weekends ago in the mountains.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be fun.
It is. Oh, because you think I was high as shit during the time?
Or getting high as shit because of this pizza.
Probably, dude. So anyways, get it? Because I live in Colorado, I'm always high.
That's my joke.
Yeah. Laugh, bitches. Okay. So this pizza. So you drive just up this beautiful, beautiful highway into the mountains, right? You pull off the car. You kind of see some mines. You're pulling off the freeway. You see some mines. You're going on a nice little windy road. You pull up into this old town. You get out of your car. You walk across the street. You go into this old bordello, and you open the door, and you're just like, this place has history. This place is gonna have some good pizza. You sit down, you look at the menu, you look at the 20 pizzas on one page. You don't realize there's 2 pages of pizzas. So,
oh my god!
So you sit down, you order your pizza, whatever you want. Personally, I want a little bit of a white sauce every once in a while, just to mix things up. So I get a white sauce, and I get not a deep dish, but not a thin crust. This is the most unique pizza. What you do, it's thin crust on the bottom, but then at the end, it's braided bread. And the sauce may get a little bit on there, but not too much. And then you get some chicken, you get some artichoke. We'll go with maybe some basil on there. Get a little different flavor pizza. You eat the pizza, you leave the crust. And then you have a bottle of honey on the table. You grab that honey, you squirt it on this on this crust.
Honey?
And you have pizza and dessert all in one meal.
All right, Bert. Fucking stop right there. You just got yourself a point.
All right.
Holy shit. I want you to finish, later after the podcast, finish the story, because, at this point, I had pizza earlier, and I'm going to go back and just look at it and be like, you disgust me, because it's not that pizza. Holy shit.
It was amazing.
Honey on the pizza. Oh. I've never heard of that, but it's like in my head, I go, my God, it's so simple.
It was amazing. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for that. That's the only opinion question that we're going to have time for today, most likely. But holy crap. Wow. Okay. Number 6. Whew. Wow. Number 6. Sports are an obsession, to say the least. But when stacking all sports against one another in a poll totaling up Facebook likes, Twitter followers, wiki searches, and Google results, one team stood victorious. Who is the most popular sports team in all of America? Note, remember, this includes all sports. So what is the most popular team in all of America?
Do you know when this is from?
Yeah, this last year. It tallied up Facebook likes, Twitter followers.
When? Like last
Yeah,
year, last 2 years.
Like 2000, I'm gonna say 2015 to 16, somewhere in that range.
Okay, I'm gonna say New England
The exact
Patriots.
date and I don't remember, but okay.
That was actually going to be my guess as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Manchester United.
Okay. The answer is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Fuck.
The Los Angeles Lakers has the highest amount of Facebook likes, Twitter followers, and wiki searches, and Google results more than any other team. Although the Patriots were in the top 3,
At least it's not the Yankees.
they were also in the top 5.
I really
Yankees.
want
Yeah.
to know who this number 2 was now.
Well, either the Patriots were number 2 or 3. I don't remember which, but I know they were in the top 3.
I just
yeah.
assumed they were probably in it with all the crap that's gone on the last couple of years.
Mm.
with
Yeah,
them.
between
Not-
them
not
winning
even-
and the scandals and the
Yeah, all that stuff. I figured that was in there, and counting just wiki searches and stuff like that. Past that, I thought
Yeah.
Burke had the next best chance with the Man U.
I know, right? I was actually kind of shocked when I saw that myself, but anyway. Number 7, YouTube is a black hole that eats your time and takes your life. Speaking from personal experience. That being said, I love it and I'm obsessed with it. So, what is the most watched video of all time on YouTube? And it's something everyone has heard of.
it's my guess is Psy's Gangnam Style.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a Justin Bieber song.
Okay, no, I'll take that. That's
okay.
fine.
I'm gonna go with Maya.
Numa Numa.
Maya.
If this was E-Bomb's world, the answer to Burke would be
I
right.
know. I
But
know.
Michelle gets the point. It is Gangnam Style. But
Wow.
that is still the number 1
Didn't it
video
literally
as far
like
as.
break the counter or something like that?
Yeah, it's in the billions. You know, they fixed it, but it stands way above everything else. It's ridiculous. All right, question number 8. Books are a huge obsession for a lot of people. So my question is, what is the best-selling book of all time, excluding religious texts? So you don't need the Bible or Quran or anything like that. Don't count. This is just what is the best-selling book of all time.
Is it a single book or a series, or is that cheating?
Cheating.
I'm going with Harry Potter.
Okay.
Sheesh. I'm gonna go with. Holy crap! This is tough because I want to say something different than what she said. No, I'm gonna go with Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone, whichever way you want to say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with The Lord of the Rings.
While The Lord of the Rings was lower on the list, and Harry Potter was on the list and occupied a lot of the spots in the top 20, the number 1 book of all time, or best-selling book of all time, is The Da Vinci Code.
Oh my god! I should have gone with my fucking gut.
That was what you had?
God damn it! Seriously, I was like, I kind of want to go with that one.
Surprisingly,
Shit.
there was another one that really kind of caught me off guard, though. I don't remember where it was placed, but it was in the top 10. Was 50 Shades of Grey or whatever.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. That's like the definition of books going viral. Like,
It surprised me.
Oh yeah, man, I'm so mad at myself for not saying the Dan Brown series.
I'm telling you, man, it's okay.
Jesus.
It's all right. You might get this one because it's related to something else that I know that you like there, Burke. Star Wars.
Ice cream.
Star Wars is more than a franchise. It's an obsession for many. But who can tell me who's the most popular Star Wars character according to Rolling Stone?
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca from Michelle.
I'm gonna go with Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
I'm gonna go with the Vader.
Vader was number 2.
Shit.
So
Han Solo, then.
the answer was Han
Yeah,
Solo.
I was thinking it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Han
had to take
Solo.
a guess, and I was like, I don't know which one it is. It's one of these two.
When asked for a quote, Harrison Ford went,
And then I'll put on the plane.
You do that well. All right. Number 10. Fashion is another thing people tend to obsess over, especially when it comes to brand names. Speaking of which, what is the most expensive clothing brand on the market today? You've heard of this brand, for the record.
Kanye West plain white t-shirts that he's selling for like $10K a pop.
What is it? This Yeezy line or whatever it is. I'm just gonna go with let's go with the Dolce & Gabbana.
Okay.
Let's go with Great Value from Walmart.
The Great Value Walmart brand.
Because that
Yeah.
costs lives.
Yeah, exactly.
The
That's my
highest
point.
cost.
Let's get into that. All right, topic for the next podcast.
Yeah. Blood Diamonds and you. Welcome to Get Drunk on the podcast. No, the answer is Gucci.
Oh my god. I didn't
Gucci.
Fuck me.
Are you guys yeah, all right. Okay.
I had,
All right.
I
That was in
literally-
my head.
I had Dolce & Gabbana. I was thinking Armani, maybe. I didn't know.
Armani,
And
yeah.
then Gucci,
Yeah.
but I was like, I just have to pick one.
Okay, so I mean, based on what I'm getting here, I think that like my next question is going to be literally impossible, so I might just skip it. Yeah, I'm just going to skip it, and that's going to be our new bonus question. That was way the fuck too hard for because if we didn't get Gucci, we're sure as shit not getting. You know, I'm just going to read the question, and then you guys just tell me if you would have even come close. You ready?
All right.
We've all heard of We've all heard of having an obsession with power. In fact, the most famous quote on the subject is "Absolute power corrupts absolutely." My question is, who originally made the quote? Would anyone even come close to knowing who made that quote?
No.
Okay,
I mean, I could have thrown something out there of a famous person, but that's about it.
He was a famous the historian and moralist from 1887 named Lord Acton.
Yeah, no.
I just random thought somebody. Okay, let's go move on. Number 12. This one is a little bit more open ended, but cultural / movie trends trends during specific times become obsessions. So the 90s had ninjas, the 2000s had vampires, the 2010s have what? So what is the trend of movies, the cultural obsession that the 2010s have when it comes to movies? The 90s had ninjas and 2000s had vampires. So what are the 2010s, or what are they all about?
I'm gonna guess zombies. I feel like there's been a lot more zombie movies recently.
I'm just going to go with superhero movies.
Damn it! I
Okay,
was gonna go with zombies too, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with my original.
Craig gets the point. I would have accepted superhero or 3D movies. Either one would have technically been correct in that regard.
Yep.
All right. Number 13. This is a fun one. Some Burke and I. Some people are obsessed with money. So some are just better at making it than others. I was particularly impressed by one man in 2010 who set the record for the most money made in a single year of investing. His name is John Paulson. He's a hedge fund manager. And my question is, how much money did he make in that year? So one man made a certain amount, made the most money in 1 year than any other, more than any one individual person has ever made. How much money did he make in just 2010?
55.1 billion.
Holy shit. Okay.
Let's go with 11 billion.
Damn it! That's gonna be my answer.
Okay.
Let's go with 12 billion.
Burke, had you gone with one lower than Craig, you would have got it. But Craig gets the point because it was $5 billion in 2010.
Wow,
that's the highest amount of money that's ever been made in that regard.
That's amazing.
That's insane.
Right? $5 billion in 1 year.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that kind of just blew me up. All right. So lately, superhero trends seem to, thank God, they're finally dying down a little bit in popularity. And I know that might surprise many people that I'm saying thank God to that, but I feel like we've had too many too fast and they're getting a little diluted. But anyway, I digress. Though because my question, that's because my question is regards to superheroes as a whole. When all comics were stacked up against one another across the board, one hero rose to the top in terms of popularity. Who is the most popular comic book hero of all time? Who are people obsessed with? Who is the most popular comic book hero of all time?
I'm going to go with Batman.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Spider-Man.
Okay.
I also will go with Batman.
And you would also be right.
My voice kind of gave out.
No, you're right. Batman's it. I'd say Batman is definitely the most popular hero of all time. Spider-Man was up there, but he in the top 5, I think. But Batman was on multiple lists. Like he was always number one. I think
the whole joke with DC is they're like, "Oh, a book's not selling well. Do a run with Batman for a minute," and that would completely up their sales. The same thing. Marvel did that with Wolverine too.
Yeah, I was going to say Wolverine was my second. Yeah,
it's just both of those characters. Like, people aren't buying this book as much. Well, nobody's buying Green Arrow right now. Well, have them do like a full year with Batman, and then people will pick up the book more. And they do the same thing with Wolverine.
Yeah, I believe that. There was like only one list that I ever saw, like when I was doing the research for it. There was like 5 or 6 lists that are like Batman, 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 Batman. One list was like, it's Superman, and then like the first comment was like, this list is stupid. I was like, oh, okay. All right, number 15. The opposite sex is an obsession that many have, but to keep things all inclusive, I will say dating in general for the sake of this question. So when it comes to meeting that special someone for a first date, so my question is, when it comes to meeting someone special on a first date, it is most likely to occur where? To put simply, where is the most popular place to have a first date? Now, before I answer the question, note that this is according to Time Magazine's newsfeed, where they used a dating app and a pool of 200,000 users between the ages of 18 to 65.
Are you looking for the name of a place or the type?
No, a name of a place, a place.
McDonald's.
Starbucks or a coffee shop.
Okay, and Burke?
Olive Garden.
Okay.
I love you, Burke.
It's fancy.
It is. Of course. And unlimited salad and breadsticks. I mean, come on.
That's right.
That's right. But Craig is right. The answer is Starbucks.
Yeah,
Starbucks is the number one place.
Well, shit. I knew that was good. I knew that was the answer, but Olive Garden was just too funny.
Yeah, no. It's sometimes the joke is worth it. Unless Craig would just won because of that, then it's not as worth it.
He tied because of it.
Oh God, are you kidding me?
And I knew that looking at the answers, and that's why I chose Batman last time, because I was like, oh shit, I'm tied.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well,
okay.
The last question was meant to be like I was actually not really counting on us tying because I did make an extra question, but it is an opinion question to guarantee that we would have a winner.
Well, hey, let's do it.
So it's between you two, right?
Yes, yeah. Michelle came in last with 2.
Okay, well in that case, that actually helps a little bit because Michelle would have had to go and last at this one and looked up information. So here we go. Lastly, I want to talk to you about my personal obsession of Overwatch. So it is my all-consuming monster that eats up all my free time. Now, I want to know who is the best character in Overwatch. Not who I necessarily, I play, but I'm saying who is the best character in Overwatch and why? Sell me.
This is really tough, actually. Sheesh. I think there's going to end up being one, and I don't know if it'd be necessarily backed up by playtime or anything like that if you looked at all the stats for it. But in my head, in terms of someone that's going to be able to do things pretty much like if you're looking for the best, the one person that you could pick to play as, regardless of situation, I would probably end up saying Soldier 76. He's high DPS, he's highly mobile, and he can self-heal. Though he is a little bit squishier, with his health pool being pretty low, I just got to end up giving it to him because of the fact that if you play him right, you can skirt around the edges of a battle, like at the mid-range, and stay alive, do heavy damage, as well as heal yourself and some teammates if they're close by. And then if things start getting too hot, you jam that sprint button, you get out of there.
Burke.
So, can I surprise you on this one, Brian?
Okay.
I'm going to go with Mercy.
Okay. Shocking pick from the Mercy main.
Okay.
The key is, kind of like same as a soldier, you have to be a good player to really, be awesome with anyone in Overwatch. But I'm picking Mercy because, one, she doesn't have the DPS of, a soldier or any of the attackers. But the thing she can do will buff any of those players, like Soldier. Yes, he's got a good ult. Yeah, you have anyone else has a good ult. Put that boost on there, it's even better, right? But it's a balance because then you're a target. But with her skills, you can zip around, fly, escape death, and if you do get in one of those one-on-one situations, you pull out that pistol, you get headshots, on squishy characters and even tanks. She can take them down if you know how to aim with that gun. And not to mention, the res. It's just the res.
It's all about the res.
It's timing, and that can sway a battle right there.
Damn. I had a hunch Burke was going to go say with the mercy pick. And the truth of the matter is that mercy pick is very crucial, but due to overall playtime across PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and on PC, the number one pick in the game by and far is Soldier 76 for a reason.
Oh yeah.
So I got to give it to Craig. Craig's right. He is the overall best pick in the game.
Yep.
So
I agree totally.
Yep. So the answer is Soldier. Craig wins the game. Congratulations.
All right.
You did it, Craig.
I won the obsession quiz. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, sure it is if you're obsessed with winning.
Yay! I like winning.
Yeah, I mean it's okay to be. It's okay. It's one of those good obsessions that we talked about. You know.
You know what, Burke? I'm obsessed with winning, and you just got dunked on.
You are an obsession. You're my obsession. Who do you want me to make you sleep with me? You are an obsession. You're my obsession. Who do you want me to make you sleep with me? I feed you and drink you by day and by night. I need you by sun and candlelight.
Laugh, bitches.